Greetings and welcome to smartwatchtix.com. It seems like it was only yesterday, well maybe day before yesterday, that we reviewed the ZEBLAZE original Btalk, and it was a doozy. Thing is, it was rectangular, actually an apple size and shaped like watch. Well, ZEBLAZE has come back for you round folks out there with a different form factor of the Btalk called the Btalk 2. Let's take a look inside. Looks like it has a lot of possibilities going for it. In the box, we've got the watch all put together, and underneath here, we've got the charging cord. Where can you get it? Directly from the ZEBLAZE official store on AliExpress. Yep, it's the world premiere of the Btalk 2, which has an AMOLED screen display and adds always-on capability, if you like to look at your watch and be able to see the time and not a black screen. Bluetooth calling, make and receive, all of that. Let's take a deeper look at all the specs. We've got a 1.3-inch Ultra HD AMOLED display. You got 360 by 360 pixel resolution. Nice, sharp, bright. It's going to be great. All these different sensors, Bluetooth 5. You're getting about 14 days typical use, 7 days with heavy use, I imagine with the always-on activated. You've got continuous voice calling up to 280 minutes. I think not too many people, but Mr. Tix could talk seamlessly for 280 minutes and never take a breath. Charging time about an hour and a half, and fully waterproof at IP68. Here's your voice functions, your themes, basic clock functions. You have all the different health monitoring with constant every minute heart rate monitoring on this one. It can check for abnormal heart rate, resting heart rate. Oh my goodness, look at all of this. Weather is on this one. You got sedentary alerts, calculators, password protection. Active tracking features are in here as well. You can set goals and monitor your real-time pace and distance, and all these different sport modes are available as well. 180 plus different watch faces that you can download from the app, and you have 2 different displays for always on, I imagine analog and digital. You've got different languages supported here. You're using the FitCloud Pro app. We've reviewed that many times. Good app. Zinc alloy, stainless steel. What more can I say? Nice watch. Wait a minute. There's something hiding in the box. You bet. It's the manual. I know you guys love this part. The ZEBLAZE Btalk 2 User's Manual in English in really tiny. Wow. Okay. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. Let's just quickly go across, freeze it a couple of seconds. So if you want to freeze your YouTube, you can possibly read this. I don't know. It's so small on your phone, I doubt you'll have a chance to do that. I believe we're in different languages down here now. It's not an extensive manual, so it's just basically telling you what you need to get started. And of course, the QR code matches the link that we've got in the show notes over to the Google Play Store, and you'll be able to download the app from there. Let's dive into it and charge it up and take a look at it. Well, there's 2 terms that I get pretty excited about when I hear them together. One is AMOLED screen, and the other is always on. That means that you've got a really brilliant, nice, every pixel illuminated separately screen that can be low power when there's low illumination. And you add to that you can have an always-on display mode like you see right here, which will stay this way all the time until you activate the actual screen or go into some command or something. Really makes for a nice watch. You know, when you glance at your arm, you'll be able to see the time. So here we got a bunch of settings. I got a do not display mode available that can shut things down so it's not illuminated at night or whatnot. We've got an overall brightness control. Full bright is like that. Nice, very nice bright. And dim is like this. So you got a great range in terms of its overall brightness. We've got this thing, which is a little headphone thing. When you activate this, it connects the Bluetooth to your phone. Yeah, this is a Bluetooth calling watch as well. So when that's lit up, and I have it on a short timeout right now, when that's lit up, you're connected, and if a call comes through, it'll be relayed to the watch. Or you can play music out of the watch from your phone. Very, very nice capability. Tap it again. When it goes off, it disconnects that Bluetooth connection, but it does maintain the overall Bluetooth connection for transferring your data if you have it tethered to the app. This is a find your phone thing. It'll make your phone make all kinds of noise if you've lost it. When you swipe this way, you get a little pull-out display. Here you can turn the phone on again, your temperature, most recently used apps, and some basic information. Coming up, you get messages pushed from your phone. All looks familiar, right? Coming this way now, we get our step count, daily calories burned, distance traveled. Then you get into heart rate, which is going to measure from behind. And you get into the audio mode. Now, this is the same thing. You activate this, and it's going to turn you into that active audio mode. You see, it takes it a little while. It's called Btalk 2C. Here, now, when it's turned on, you can get your call records, access to the phone, your contacts, everything. It works like a real telephone capability at that point. And now, when it's on, either by doing it that way or the way you just saw, when you scroll over to that place, you'll find all of that information available. You have last night's sleep time, weather in your area, and you can add a few more things if you want to, whatever else is here. A little slow responding. There we go. Okay, see, the minus means it's already there. And the plus, you can add workouts, a music player. What you can't do, sadly, is add blood pressure and blood oxygen. I wish those were available, but for some reason you can only get to those from the app drawer, which we'll go to now by pressing a second time. We're now here. You see the telephone, the contacts, the call records, all of that shows up when you're tethered to use it as a phone. You've got data, which is, of course, your step count data. Workout information, all of the different activities that you can do. We do not have GPS in here, but we do support swimming with this watch, so it's definitely waterproof. A lot of different activities here. And of course, that'll all hula hoop even, long jumps, sit-ups. That'll all tether over to your app on the phone too. You have workout records for any activities that you've done. And I'm having a bit of difficulty tapping it. I'm not sure why. I don't have any records to show you, but that's where they would go. Heart rate we saw, sleep we saw. Blood pressure now is here. And gives you your systolic, diastolic, and as you saw, is using the green diodes for doing that. Again, as all of these watches, it's taking it not using a cuff, and so you have to just be careful that you don't want to rely on the readings too much. When we get in here, you'll see they're using red diodes for the blood oxygen reading, and it'll give you your reading up here at the top. Messages, we saw that. Weather, music player, basic stopwatch. Does not allow you to leave the app when you're running it, so it doesn't work in the background, unfortunately. Alarm clock, you can set, find your phone, and overall settings. Now in settings, here's where we get some fun. I get menu style. We're using this linear style, but you have a few different ones, you know, to show all of your different apps on here. Display is where it gets fun. Here's where we can switch to different watch faces, which of course you can do by pressing and holding on the watch face and sliding it around. Here's a different one, for example. Let's come back over into settings again, into display. And there's brightness. We've done that. Now, when you get to screen time, you have a maximum of 9 seconds down to 5. It's not a very broad range. I wish it was more. That's how long the screen will stay lit if you don't touch it after you've activated it before it times out. And you can see that's a little short for Mr. Tix, who likes to talk and talk and talk and talk. And as you see, it's going out there. So I wish that were longer. Raise your wrist to see the time. Now you can set this as low as 2 seconds and as much as 6. This is when you twist your wrist, it'll light up and then go out from 2 to 6 seconds. I just generally have it set at about 5 seconds. Now the fun part, the always on display. If you turn this button, it will not go into always on. If you have this one, you already saw the digital clock, and if you turn on this one instead, it will switch into a analog clock. And let's give that a try. Battery, by the way, is right here. Where did it go? Battery. Current battery level, and you have a battery savings mode. But I digress. I'm going to get you back to the watch face, and we're going to give it about, what did I say, 9 seconds? And let it time out. And when it does, now you notice I'm on an analog face, and there you go. Now it's much dimmer. I like the analog at night. It's easy to see. That's all the more bright it is, but it's there. And of course, when you come out of it, it'll switch back to whatever you've got. So you have your choice of digital or analog. See how quickly it went out when I just twisted it? If you don't touch it, it'll happen real quickly. But if you do touch it, then you're back into the other timing. Okay, so we are in settings here. It's a little sticky, I'm not sure. Anyway, we looked at battery. There's vibration intensity, languages that you can set with this one. There's a few, quite a few. Wow. Okay. I don't know if you've seen your favorite in there, but there they are. And of course, we're on English. And then the QR code is what you'd use to scan for the Tethering app, the FitCloud Pro, and we'll show you that here coming up. I think that's about it. Let's take a moment to check out the speaker and volume on this one by invoking the music player here, which is tethered to the phone. And
welcome to
you hear that?
SmartwatchTix.com. We've got a new ZEBLAZE. It's called the Btalk. Guess what? You can talk with this one. Yeah, it's got Bluetooth calling in it.
You hear that? Nice, huh? That's the sound coming out of the watch here, and the speaker is under the band. It makes it kind of hard to mute it, but it's actually coming out of here, and of course you can control it right from the watch, and that's what it'll sound like for your Bluetooth calling. By the way, that's the original Btalk, and you see it's the apple size and shape watch, whereas this one's the round one. When you turn this, it toggles back and forth between your app drawer and the watch face. The bottom one takes you into all of your different activities. We were at the bottom, so they'll stop right where you are, and it will begin on whichever one you had in the center of the screen. And of course you can end it from here. And wow, there. It seems that I have to hit lower than where the actual button is. It might be just an anomaly with this watch, I'm not sure, but I guess once you get used to it, you're okay. Well, let's switch over to the app now. Once again, Google Play Store, it's FitCloud Pro. Look for that icon, hit open. We got the link in the show notes. You can click directly over from there. Once it updates and you're connected to the device, it'll refresh everything. And here you have your daily step count as it happened, hour by hour, with all of your summary in here. Come into here, you have, well, are we at the bottom? I guess we're at the top. Okay, they're putting women's health first. And I've registered as a female and set this whole thing up so you can see when ovulation is and when menstruation is and all of these things. And you can have it do all your settings up there, have it tell you the information you need. Here's last night's sleep time. You can tap on any of these squares. It shows you by the shade. This is a deep sleep from 152 to 249. I'm not getting REM sleep, but you have all this other stuff here. There's heart rate. And it's doing individual heart rates. It's not a continuous heart rate, and you're not getting a continuous chart, but you can start it from here, and it'll do a reading for you remotely. Same thing with blood pressure. I've got each setting when they were taken on these different days, the average overall, and then same thing for blood oxygen. And we have no data for today. That's the latest one from yesterday, I guess. So I'll hit start, just to give it a chance for you to see. It's not actually bringing anything up on the watch, but it did activate the red diodes to take the reading. And it's going to take a full minute, so I'll skip ahead for you. There we go. And it never showed on the watch, but it did show here. And I've got a reading now of 97%. If I leave here and come back in, yeah, it's still showing no data, but it did record that, so little glitch right there, I guess. You can do a one-button push to get all of this stuff all at once, which is pretty cool. I recommend you do that if you want to get heart rate, blood pressure, and blood oxygen all at the same time. not sequentially, but all at the same time. Here's where you set up your Btalk 2. You can do your push notifications, daily reminders for activity or water. You have a dial library where you can add dials to this. You can edit one of them, and you have a variety of other ones that you can jump into, analog, digital combinations of them. And it's downloading from a server, which is why they're not showing up right away. The thumbnails have to come in. And when you pick one you like, you just install it. And you can install one custom watch along with all of the stock ones. You got your weather report, twist your wrist to see the time. You can set it for elevated heart rate. Now it does say automatic health monitor, and I have it enabled. But as you've seen, I don't have a continuous heart rate chart either on the watch or in the app. So not sure why that's not showing up. Shake to take a photograph, unbind, and then there's the stuff about you. You can tie it to Google Fit, check your units, imperial or metric, Fahrenheit or centigrade. Here's where you set up the ladies' health stuff and overall settings for version update and account management and logging out completely. And that's the app. Oh, one more thing. That bothered me about that heart rate, continuous heart rate not showing up. So I went back here and notice these are by date. And if you tap on it, you get the chart after you tap on the actual date. And here I go, where I had some AFib actually activity, which had me pumping really high until I got it under control. And these I think are errors, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that particular day, November 29th, November 30th. So it is doing continuous heart rate. I can show you at any point in time what that heart rate is, and you just have to go into it by day. And I presume it's the average that they're showing you as the summary. So you do have continuous heart rate if you have it turned on in the settings. Okay, so tell us a little bit more, Mr. Tix. Well, all in all, if you want an always-on smartwatch, analog or digital, with an AMOLED screen that's got a really decent battery life, I've had it a couple of days using the always-on and I'm at about half charge. This could be it. It's a nice little watch from ZEBLAZE, and you can pick it up off of their ZEBLAZE official store at AliExpress for about $50, under actually. And of course, if we have a coupon discount, we'll have that in the show notes along with the direct link for you to click over and get there. And we do appreciate if you use our link, because that lets them know you saw the review here and that perked your interest enough to go and buy one. Thanks for watching, gang. We'll see you again soon.